Oh yeah, if somebody asked me how do I know the Earth is flat, I would just say your God's not real because that's what I'm used to the atheist telling me. So I thought that would have been.
That's another. There's just a smorgasbord of reasons.
Yep. Smart. Yep. Like if I just say, potato, that's pretty much, what the atheists do. So can't I just get away with that?
Yes, that is glow proof. Potatoes.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good to me. If you don't have any fact in your foundation, it is just a belief.
Isn't potato creator?
Potato,
there's Sasha.
just like.
No, hold on. There we go. There's Sasha. How are the Akulas doing? Yes, Sasha. You see, the fact that elephant feathers are gold only works on a flat Earth. So that's how I know the Earth is flat, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good reason. I like that.
This is a spiritual conversation. It is about morality, literally, this has nothing to do with evidence. Let me point this out. There have been globers, Sasha, they're evolutionists. So let's not get this confused. These are naturalists, right? They're not actually globers. They're really just atheists. And when I show them evidence, right, my own personal evidence, right, which gets a lot more scarier for the atheists, right, because they can't claim I'm getting it for somebody else. They say, stop. I don't want your evidence. I want a model. So that's it. I mean, they don't want evidence. They say, stop sending me real pictures of reality. I want a cartoon. So again, that's how bad. I don't even know what to say. Like, there's not even a challenge here. It's like I'm Dr. Kevorkian and I'm trying to get them to not commit suicide. I'm trying to reverse this. I'm trying to say, please stop hurting yourself. And they go, no, I got to get out of here, doctor. I can't take it anymore. They won't listen to me. I can't stop them, Sasha. That's what the atheist paradigm has done to them. Right. Okay. So watch this, Sasha. So watch this. Let me get this out. Okay. I'm going to try this. Okay. So here's the point, Sasha. This is why I try to help people understand this. Remember the sleeping dog analogy. If the dog is sleeping and I want the dog to be asleep, you don't wake the dog up. You see, it's very simple. So when I meet somebody, all I have to tell them is that I'm not claiming anything. I'm saying you can trust your senses. That's not my claim. I'm saying when you experience something, don't tell me it's not real and that actually we're in a cartoon fantasy and what we experience is not real. That's all I'm doing. I'm not even making a claim. I'm saying this is the only group, for the most part, that has a consensus that says, listen, we're just trusting our senses, our experience, our eyes, and literally what the world around us presents itself as, and everybody else behind that fact, like the fact that 8 billion people, if that's the correct number, we don't know, but their claim, right? That's not my claim. They're claiming that there's this many people on Earth. Well, according to reality, you can't find one that's adjusted for curvature or spin. That goes for every scientist, engineer, pilot.
Heck so. Say it ain't so.
Single. Right. So not a single person throughout all of history has ever adjusted for curvature or spin. So I don't have to make the claim, Sasha. That's already the consensus in existence. Right. So I try to just keep it as basic as possible and go, listen, I'm just saying I can trust my senses and I'm telling you to do the same. I'm not saying there's anything other than what you're experiencing. And so when somebody asks, well, what's underneath the earth? Well, I haven't experienced underneath the earth, sir. Have you? So it's very simple. If I just keep them in their own reality, that's the hardest part. They want to leave their reality. They're trying to go to their imagination. Every time you meet somebody new, they go, well, what about this part of my imagination? What about this other part what about this really far part about what about black holes? That's what they're just going one step to the next, to the next, to the next. Here, listen, let me finish. Hold on. The point is they're leaving reality and begging for the imagination. And I keep saying, can you just stick to reality? That's it. Right now, Sasha, in the chat, there's people saying we don't want evidence, we want cartoons. They're admitting it right now. And then you tell them, well, actually, all maps are already flat. They say, why aren't there any flat Earth maps? That's how they don't believe in maps. They think that all maps are globes that are folded in their glove compartment.
Yeah, it's strange.
And their minivan. Like there's not.
How do you put a crease in a sphere?
Right. Sorry, like that's how insane. Like that's the point. All maps are already flat and they're dependent on not adjusting for curvature. That's every map that's ever been used in history. That's why nobody uses a globe. They use maps, right? And then the second problem, Sasha, is then they go, oh, well, where's the model? Well, that's again not my claim, so it's not me. But all models that all science and engineering are based off of are dependent on, again, this is the term, Sasha, they're not adjusting for curvature or spin. So all working models that everybody's ever used, whether it's a flight simulator or your origami model, or if you want to make a ball model, just ask Gemsy, all of those things require a stationary surface to do anything you're going to do over. So all models that are operated in reality are based on, again, not adjusting for curvature or spin. So all maps and models are dependent on this flat Earth, literally. So there isn't even a claim.
Military system is based on flat
the point is,
stationary.
hold on, Sasha, let me get to my ending here. So hold on, let me get to this point. The point is, they don't even have an example otherwise. They're asking for a model when all of them are already flat and they don't have a globe model. They're already all flat Earth models. Every working model that's ever been done in history. Again, there's no other option. So all I have to do is go, okay, can you show me a working globe map or working globe model? And in 7 years, I don't even have a single answer. There's nothing. That's the point. So when they project that question, they're not asking you. They're psychotically possessed, right? It's a spiritual thing, like you mentioned. They're asking themselves, and then they hide from their own question. That's how embarrassing it is for these atheists. They're just literally psychopaths hiding from reality, asking about things that we have, and they don't. They don't have anything. That's how easy it is.
I know.
Just ask them. Sasha, ask them. Just show me anything that's science or engineering that depends on adjusting for curvature or spin. No such item exists.
Listen.
So here we are. So again, it's Groundhog Day when you have the trillions of idiots out there. It's not supposed to change. It's supposed to be a war. It's supposed to be a separation of the wheat from chaff. All these things will be allowed. They will come to fruition. What is unseen will be seen. And this is these people, blowing their chance. Every single day, God gives these people a chance to stop what they're doing and to admit they're wrong. So again, when they get to that judgment gate, they've had thousands of days to stop trying to hate on people that don't live in their magical fantasy paradigm. So there isn't this, oh, I didn't have a chance, or I didn't know, or what happened. It's like, what are you talking about? We had hundreds of people telling you to stop being insane and stop telling people they can't trust their senses. That's the whole point. They were given thousands of chances. It is a refusal. It's the same thing. They and the same person that doesn't believe in straight lines or the right to a baby's life then wants you to prove God to them. How could you possibly ask me to show you God when you don't believe in straight line? A perfect example before I have to go. I went to the Science versus Pseudoscience server today. We know where Nathan Oakley happens. And it was the after show because Nathan Oakley had to take off early so they could go look at their, crazy satanic Christmas lights. And I go into the server and there's, this group of anti-flat earthers there and these weirdos and these Satanists. And I go, is there any claim for anybody ever experiencing curvature or spin? I had to ask it several times. And eventually they had a seizure panic attack. And they told me that doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't matter. They said it doesn't matter. They just literally had a seizure panic attack. And some of the flat earthers got upset because they spend, weeks and weeks and weeks talking to these idiots. And it took me 30 seconds to end it. So flat earthers then get mad at me because I just did in 30 seconds what they couldn't do in 30 weeks. So now I get muted by flat earthers because I just crushed all of their literal infanticist crackhead Globers with 3 sentences. It's that easy. Does anybody experience a ball Earth? If no, it's over. It's that simple. You can't even find a claim. No, that doesn't matter. That's a non sequitur. That's a non sequitur. That's all I can. That's a non sequitur. Uh-oh, we got a big chemtrail flying over right now. So yeah, it's a non sequitur.
They love to act like they know what the whole deal is with conversational psychological fallacies. They love to try to play with
you can't trust your senses.
No, you can't. That's the point. You can't trust your senses, and the scientific method doesn't matter anyway. Science doesn't prove things. Don't you know that? They've already been saying this since 2009. Again, my Futayama book from 2009 Evolution College textbook says science never proves things. It's 12 years old, this science book. They have been indoctrinating people with this religious, just insane. You're at a loss for words. What do you call this thing now? Now science doesn't matter. For 30 years, you said science proved all this stuff. Now science doesn't matter. Like, who does this? It's not even a conversation. It's just insanity.
It can't be a conversation. Conversations require a volley of back and forth, of this or that. Well, we have the this. They don't have the that. So we can't do anything. We can just sit here and hopefully get some honest people, and we do sometimes, right? More and more lately, I've seen honest people coming into this here Discord, and even trolling, coming in and trolling, and we just kind of stamp out that fire a little bit. Say, okay, no, we're not going to do that, but would you like to talk? And a lot of them do.
Right, and that's why you're not only can you not change the regular groundhog sycophants, you're not supposed to. They're supposed to be the background cannon fodder. They're actually being used when you have these nut jobs saying, well, experiencing Earth curvature or spin doesn't matter. It's a non sequitur, which is what they're all admitting. That just shows that they've already lost, so it's too easy.
Ooh, now they're talking about a crust. Someone brought up a Earth crust. What was it? If I drop a rock, it will find the crust, right? I'm now done with the YouTube chat for right now. That's
Oh, man. Earlier, I said, yeah, that's why everybody admits that they depend on not adjusting for curvature or spin. And then I started getting the technology. They didn't like that. I said, well, what does long-range radar show? What is air warning and control systems, JSTAR? These are technologies that the government uses to literally track and detect objects at great distances. They get scared to death, and they immediately hid from what we can prove. And they go, oh, well, does radar find the dome? Does radar find the walls of the container? It's like, actually, yes, but see, it doesn't matter. You're already hiding from what you were asking me about the Earth. You said, where's the evidence for flat Earth? As soon as I give them the evidence for the construct of the plane of existence, they immediately hide from it. And if everybody's ever heard of the Van Allen belt, well, that's them finding that there's something above us that they can't get through. That's what the Van Allen belt is. Not my claim. They claimed it. So again, yes, we have a ceiling. But it doesn't matter. They're hiding. They don't want the evidence. It's just too easy. Yep, it's over. Too easy. But again, there's going to be new people, and the reason you guys have to continue, the reason why you're going to continue doing this in this conversation is because more and more new people are waking up to it. So that's, it's a beautiful time to be alive. It's a beautiful time to help other people realize this truth, because there's no stopping it. Nothing can stop you guys.
Nothing at all. That's right. I love it. I love that. That's that's my favorite part. It's righteous. It's honest. So I don't have to. I can even get a little cocky about it, right? Because it's the truth.
Yes, because you're supposed to laugh at evil anyway. You might as well laugh at evil. We can't kill him. So you got to laugh at him.
I mean, that remains to be seen, but so far, yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, when the next kickoff happens and there's a World War III, obviously the rules will change. Here's the thing, guys. They're going to cannibalize each other, so you won't have to worry about that. They will be killing themselves. Yep.
One of the smartest things I've heard in my truth journey here, in my whole life, I guess, is it was some movie where the banksters were doing their thing, smoking their cigars up in their dark rooms, and it was all cliche and everything. And then I don't know what they were talking about. They ended the deal, and because they were talking about what are we going to do if this happens, and then the other guy goes, simple, we just let the monsters eat themselves.